An unfortunate event occurred this late Sunday night in an area in Bengaluru. There was some violence that took place, and it had some of the elements that we have been seeing in some other mob incidents across other areas of the country. Now, to talk about that, I'm going to get in my colleague Harsha Bhatt. Harsha, could you just give us a lowdown of what exactly happened on Sunday night?
Yeah, hi, Karan. First thing first, most people are calling it a spontaneous reaction of an unruly mob. This, what happened in Padarayanapura in Bengaluru, was no reaction of an unruly mob who were traumatized at the sight of these health workers who apparently landed there, as night fell to take their loved ones away to some unknown part of the planet. No, this was, and as far as the reports that we see now, the Bengaluru police, who has confiscated the mobile phones of the people who are arrested there, the part of the mob, their mobile phone records and messages show that this was a well planned attack that was plotted a few days ago. And based on what the police have found, they say there are messages where, including, it was a well coordinated group activity, so to say. So, what happened that night is similar to what has been happening across the country. So, the modus operandi is the same. For instance, what happened in Moradabad that we were talking the other day about. You see, Padarayanapura is one of the worst affected localities in Bengaluru with already some 17 positive cases. So it was already a hotspot which was locked down. It was sealed down, and unlike Moradabad, if you have to find a difference, these were not just health officials who landed there. The police was already in place. There was a check post. There was a tight security there, and amidst all of that, this whatever ensued has ensued. So you see, this is not a reaction. This is a calculated response.
Right. Do we know anything about who is behind this? Who was orchestrating this violence?
See, health workers had landed to take around 59 people who are secondary contacts of a COVID positive patient, and the patient has died a few days ago. So these you were informed that there were certain cases in your locality and there were people going to come, but one of the prime accused in this is a woman called Firoza, who is now being said is has a track record of being on the not so right side of the law, because she's being called a lady don, a rowdy sheeter, and is known to be a drug peddler. And it is this lady who is said to have instigated this group, because the area was under a strict lockdown and there were cops, so you couldn't be meeting there and doing this. So all of this has happened over mobile messages, and it is very well orchestrated. Like, each section had its job cut out. One group of There were like four groups doing four different things. They're saying one group pelted stones, the other group was pulling down barricades, the third was damaging public property. So despite the forces existing there, this happened. So all because they know they can get away with it, or so they thought. But thankfully, the Bangalore police right now is taking very strict action. Extra forces were called. The top cops landed there in a matter of minutes, because the existing police officials had to secure the health officials who are being attacked.
Right. Harsha, I'm interested in what are the political reactions that are emerging after this happened, because you've seen generally your opposition and the government in power take very different positions. What are we seeing in Karnataka? Well,
Much to the disappointment of people who would like to see it otherwise, the entire political setup in Karnataka has been handling this with a lot of care. Like, until today, until the Padarayanapura incident happened, not for once did the CM mention any community. And the ridiculous part of that was when the MLA of the region of Padarayanapura, one Mr. Zamir Ahmed, actually said, apparently there was a comment. He said, "Why did you have to go in the night? You could have gone during the day." And when media has countered his statement like that, he said, "I meant that you could have created more awareness in the region and gone in a time where apparently the education and the economic demography of the region suggests that we should have taken a more informed approach of creating an awareness first." The question is, what was the MLA himself doing? This is his region, which is under a lockdown. Probably he could have, in all these days, created the necessary awareness. So it is not a matter of awareness. And also, if you notice, the economic demography, the educational demography, and the religious demography is the same across the country in all these incidents, Karen. Yet Yet, unlike other states where strict action has been taken against people who are objecting to the health workers doing their duty, Karnataka has been taking a very humanitarian approach, even at the cost of it backfiring politically. The CM few days ago said, "Do not target a particular community." He even said, "I have spoken to the leaders of that community. They have promised cooperation," and he warned the so-called majority from name calling and taking on a minority. So even at the cost of it backfiring politically, if the state had taken this decision, and now they are pushed to say the police will be given a free hand, because now it is the cost of the nation. I mean, the cost of the nation, the cost of the state. At the cost of the state, we cannot be doing the secular politics. I think they realize. So they have now given a free hand to the cops. They have said, like, whatever it takes to contain the spread of the disease, just do it.
Harsha, you have also indicated and also said that the police has swung into action and it was quite swift, right? What are we seeing in terms of how the accused are being dealt with?
All those 15, they were arrested. They were taken off to a large hall where they were kept, and all of them were made to sit, maintaining social distance. There's a prison in Ramnagara. As far as latest reports are concerned, they are saying that prison is being vacated to accommodate these 59 and a few more people who are suspected to be part of the attack. All of them will be kept there under quarantine, and before they were sent to judicial custody, they were kept there. And so now, until the investigations are over and they also complete a quarantine period, they will be kept there, and strict action will be taken, is what the government is now promising. And including the Home Minister has said that now, I mean, it's a very strong statement to make, but he's still saying now the people who have violated the law will know what police power can do.
Great. Thank you so much, Harsha, for joining us today.